No, you don't have to cut off your friends after you get married, unless you really, really have to. Circumstances require that you do, because the friends that you had before you got married form a very important, very significant part of your identity before you got married. But you see, what marriage does is it expands your identity, it expands your role as a human being. And so now you assume the role of a wife or a husband, you assume the role of a mother, you assume the role of an in-law to many relatives of your spouse. And so all those roles are relationships that you get into. So with your husband, you might have a relationship with a person who does not like to share what they do with other people. And if you had a friend with whom you shared everything with, you didn't have any secrets with that friend, you can say that. But now that you've got married to a husband who does not like to share, how are you going to handle that? Because if you choose to respect your husband's wishes or your wife's wishes who doesn't want to share, then you have to set a boundary with the friend with whom you used to share everything with. So the life that you knew is now facing a bit of a change that you have to make. Because if you don't respect your husband, that means you tell your friend, and this presents a threat to your relationship with your husband. But if you don't tell your friend and you respect your husband, then it presents a threat to the relationship you had with your friend. And so setting boundaries always comes with consequences that may not be very pleasant to endure or to experience, but then sometimes they're very necessary to set. And so you're going to go through a process of transition, and it's going to be difficult, where you have now to start learning which relationship is more important, which relationship requires what need. Can I really meet that need? Or is it time for me to just say bye to that relationship, bid farewell to that relationship because it's not serving me anymore in this new expansion of identity that I've walked into? And so that period of transition can be extremely challenging to some people. And it does break some people because they don't know what to choose. They get pulled from different directions. This relationship requires you to be discreet, and then this relationship wants you to, say everything that's happening so that they can feel included or part of your life. And so you have to juggle that, because at the same time you have to grow, you have to expand and find your way into that expansion, understand the roles that you're supposed to play. So yes, keep your friends that you had before you got married, but evaluate if they still fit into this big role that you've gone into, these big roles that you've stepped into.